Hey, hello everybody. This is Denise Guru, also known as Phoenix. Um, have I got a show for you today, you guys? Yes, I've been taking some time off, been picking cards, drawing cards, and it's been telling me the same thing. Time to take some time off and do for you, time to go within, time to bring the child out and just relax because starseeds, those like us who've been Earthkeepers and starseeds and trying to think of other words for those who are here, those who came to help Gaia. Very, very, very important part of what's going on with us these days, isn't it? What would be more words for people who are here for Gaia? Come on, you guys, I'm drawing a blank. Okay, well, anyways, those who are like me that are here and it's all about Gaia, it's all about helping her raise her vibration back to the 12th dimension. And if you want to learn more about it, you might want to read Jimmy Kimmel's books. A friend of mine sent me a book, Jimmy Kimmel's book, and I thought it was a very good book, and I resonated a lot with what Jimmy Kimmel said. I'll leave it in the descriptions. But I like to read, I like to write, I like to create, and that's why we're here. We're here to create, and now more than ever, we should be working on creating the 5th dimension. And so I want to show you really quick what I've been creating. I know some of those back there, that's my work. But yeah, I like to, this is another one of my horses. You know, everything I do is all about the horse energy, right, guys? And then art journaling, just been having a really good time just farting around and doing some art journaling and just playing and not worrying about making something that's, you know, great and fantastic and ooh and ah. You know, I'm just having fun. And so these are just a couple, and I saw a movie about the spirit bear. So of course, I had to do the spirit bear. I mean, come on. Spirit bear, white bear in British Columbia, saved by high schoolers. I mean, it's an amazing story. And so, yes, bear time. You know, we are in that time of the bear, Artos. So Arthur and all of that. But so if you guys haven't been creating, if you guys haven't been out there, those who have been working so hard for lifetime after next, now is the time for us to take a break and really enjoy. This is what I've been getting from the guides and working in my 30-foot spiral wheel every single day. And no matter the weather, I mean, here we are, December 14th. I'm up in the mountains of Colorado. We got snow coming. It's been really nice. It has been nice. But yeah, we're having a little bit of a snow, a couple inches. So right now the wind is really whipping up. So every day I go out there and I work with Sister Sun. Yes, sorry guys, the sun is feminine. Thinking of the sun as masculine is all part of that patriarchal stuff. They wanted to take the divine feminine out of everything, including the sun. And so I've been working with Sister Sun because starseeds forgot who we are and what we're here for, what we're doing. We are a bridge. We are a bridge or a pillar of the energies that have been coming in. The energies coming from the cosmos, the God, the goddess, through Sister Sun into us and into Gaia Sophia. So yes, we are pillars of light. We are the bridge of the incoming energies. And a friend of mine just sent me a meditation or a ceremony that we should be doing for the 21st of December, which of course, you guys, I got so much to tell you about what this planet is going to be like after the 21st. It's amazing. But a friend sent me a ceremony. It was from the Urulu in Australia, the Urulu tribes, the Aborigines, I'm taking it, yes. And they are saying to do exactly what I've been doing all summer long. I was guided all spring to build the spiral wheel. Spiral is, Kundalini is another word for spiral. It's a Sanskrit word for spiral. Spiral is bringing in the cosmic energies. And what does it do when it brings it in? It's sending it out. And so I built 2 of these, and working in this wheel, I got the same information that the Urulus. Okay, I can't say the word. I'm not Aborigine. I'm sorry. Got the same information. I've been doing the same thing. And it's about anchoring in these energies, this bridge from the cosmic energies, from the solar energies, sister sun, into Gaia, Sophia, mixing those energies and working, sending these energies out through your heart center. And if you go back and listen to me, I'm all about working through the heart. The heart is the gateway to source. The heart is the gateway to our God, Goddess self. And so I've been working, and I've been working on that, and you know, bringing in the knowing and all the clairs, and bringing in these ascension energies, and doing this all summer long, all summer. So I was not surprised when my friend sent me this ceremony and said, we have to do this on the 21st of December. And it's like, I've been doing it already all summer long, you guys. So I'll put that link below if you guys want to see what that is. So this fall, when I took time off, you know, I listened to my guides, and my guides are telling me, it's time for the Starseeds. It's time for the Earthkeepers to relax and rest, not stop doing our job, you know what I mean? But it's like, oh my God, we got to get videos. We got to do this video. We got to interview this person. We got to do this. We got to do that. We got to watch this. We're constantly going and worrying about the status of this planet. And so now it's them trying to tell us we've done our job, and we should applaud ourselves because we've done our job. And so we will be bringing in the 5th dimension. It will be coming in, and then doing my cards. Not for everybody though, you guys. Remember, not for everybody. And I talked to Gaia about this before. You know, we worry about the overpopulation and, you know, the state of our planet, and how are we going to still sustain everybody here after the 5th. She reminded me that we are still using 3rd dimension thinking when we ask those questions. And she also said that many will still experience the volcano. And if you saw my other videos, you know I picked the volcano card quite a few times for those who are not ready to go to the next level. And so the volcano is, you know, it's this great, it's like the tsunami, you know, it's this great wake-up call, and here it is in your face. Oh my God, it's like right down to the very last minute. We know the volcano is going to explode. We know, and we're just hanging around. Maybe it's not going to happen. Oh, you know, Jesus is going to come back and save me, and, you know, all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, kaboom. These people are going to experience this kind of an awakening. And it's going to go right down to the wire for awakening, for people to go into the 5th. And a lot of us are already there. A lot of us are there. We're integrating. We're still that quantum entanglement with the fifth and the third. You know, we just watch these people and we just have this knowing and this understanding, and but we're still living amongst them. And of course, there is going to be this split, and this is nothing new. We know that the split is going to happen, and so this great volcanic this occurrence, and volcano is just a metaphor for what's coming. And we know the unrest that's on in the United States right now. I mean, what did they say? They just dropped a Moab, a mother of all bombs, on a dumb, deep underground military base in Maine that has what? Chinese soldiers, 50,000 Chinese soldiers. Now remember, these dumbs, they could go miles and miles and miles and miles and miles underground. And, you know, when they were rescuing the children, these children were born, a lot of them were born down there. They were 5 miles underground. And when, you know, they were rescuing them, bringing them up into our atmosphere and in our sun, they found out it was killing them. So they had to, you know, do it differently. So they dropped this Moab on this Chinese bunker, and apparently, from what was reported, 5,000 of them were killed in this. But China is in Canada, and they just shot down a F-16 that came out of Wisconsin that crashed in Upper Michigan. Now that's my old stomping ground. That's where I was born and raised. And UP Michigan is right there by Canada. You know, right there, Wisconsin, and then Michigan, and then there's another part of Michigan that's above Wisconsin, and then you got Canada. And interesting, isn't it, guys? So there's a lot of unrest in the US, in the world right now. The world is watching us. So there's a lot of unrest going on right now. And so this split is happening, and you know, it's right down to the wire, isn't it, guys? It's right there. 2012, I mean, December 21st is right there. I mean, it's the 14th. So everybody, a lot of people getting, no, this time there's really going to be, so we got the Saturn Jupiter conjunction that hasn't happened in 800 years, and everybody's scrambling to see what happened 800 years ago when this happened. And so yes, many will be experiencing this 3D side of what's going on, and a lot of us will be you know, we're already experiencing this. You know, I just saw an article where it said people are now resorting to stealing, shoplifting food. This is how dire it is out there for some of you guys. I mean, and a lot of us are, we're just watching this unfold. Where, you know, I live up in the mountains. I'm 8,500 feet. I'm in this beautiful, very private subdivision. I'm on 12 acres. It's gorgeous. I have mountain views all the way around me. I will not experience any of this unrest. Even if the Chinese were to come in, what would they do up here? I mean, we got 63 lots, and there's 5 people that live up here. They're like, yeah, we're going to go where the big population is, you know? So a lot of us are like me. We are watching all this unfold. We're watching this craziness, you know. I mean, we're watching the rallies, and yes, the patriots, they are doing their rallies in a nice manner. Sometimes they're too nice, right? Is that what they say about them? I don't know. But, you know, they are starting to wake up. But guess what, guys? They're not waking up all the way. They're not waking up to what else is going on. They are still saying Jesus is coming back and going to save us. God wins. And, you know, we know God is the great God. God is whatever source is the creator. God created, and then it's up to the creator gods to help, and it's up to us to come through this. It's not up to us to worship somebody else and ask someone else to save us. That is, you know, there's a lot of people like me who are saying, I've been saying this for years, you guys. So a lot of these people are going to experience some of this unrest. And even if it's just letting loose Antifa and BLM again, after maybe the election gets overturned, you know, there's just a lot of different scenarios that people are going to experience, because the harvest has to be, they want to harvest as many people as they can. And right now, most of it is starseeds, people like us who have, you know, have awoken up decades before. We've been doing this for decades and lifetimes and lifetimes. The harvest is going to be a lot of us, you know. So they're waiting. They're going to wait to the very, very end. And a lot of people will not wake up until point blank. You know what I mean? They'll be like, holy crap, it's been me all along. I'm the one who's in charge. I'm the one, I have to, you know, so you know what I mean. So yes, there's going to be this huge split. And so I've been working with Sister Sun and Gaia all summer. I work with Gaia for many years, but all summer it's been, okay, you guys, I really want to see what is it going to be like on the other side? I mean, and we're everybody's acting like the fifth dimension is it. The fifth dimension is, we get to the fifth dimension and it all stops. Nothing else to do. It couldn't be furthest from the truth. So that's why I say many of us are already fifth dimension. And so there's many, if you listen to Marina Jacoby, go back and watch my video when I interviewed Marina. She's great about this. Each dimension has layers and layers and layers and layers of frequency. And so you have the fourth dimension. There's how many different layers of the fourth dimension, and a lot of us were higher fourth dimension and going into the fifth dimension. So a lot of us here already are in the fifth dimension. We just haven't awoken to it. We think it's something bigger and broader and more expansive. And those of us who are in the fifth dimension are already heading towards the sixth dimension. Like I said, fifth dimension just doesn't stop. And so, you know, when Gaia was going through the fall, because of what the creator gods were doing and got a little crazy and uncontrollable, Gaia fell, and then they polluted to source to stop the fall at the third dimension. So Gaia used to be 12th dimension. And so what are we doing? We heard the call. We came to help her get back to her 12th dimension self. So third dimension is like the bottom of the barrel. It's the yuck, it's the mud, it's the goo, it's the thick, it's the dark. It is the worst layer, the worst dimension of all, the deepest, the darkest, the hardest. It's like working in molasses. So once we get into the fifth dimension, of course, our bodies are changing, going more crystalline. I don't like to say crystalline because for me, crystalline means a hard, solid crystal. You know what I mean? I like to think more like luminosity, luminous. So our bodies are going to be lighter and not so dense and heavy, and we won't need the maintenance that we have today. That's the hardest part of having this body, is this maintenance. I mean, even going to the bathroom, it's just like, you know, plucking your eyebrows, brushing your teeth, having your teeth taken care of. I mean, this body is a whole lot of maintenance, isn't it? And I'm really tired. I love my body, especially my heart, because without my beating heart, I wouldn't have this body. So yes, it'll change. The body will be a lot easier to maintain. But she wanted us to remember that right now, a lot of us are still thinking in the third dimension when we think about what the 5D is going to be like, because a lot of us still are not there. So a lot of us are still describing the fifth dimension with a 3D mindset. And I have been doing a lot of journeys, and I am acquiring a lot of what this will be like, and a lot of us will be we will be in the higher fifth dimension going into the sixth dimension, and that is really where it's at. That's really where things are really going to happen. Things are really, really, really going to change for us. Just be so different. I mean, things that we just, right now, we can't even comprehend. We don't know what we don't know. How many times have we heard that, right? So yeah, right now we're still thinking of the fifth dimension and this third dimension thought process. And but a lot of us, like I said, a lot of us are already there, because there is such a difference in how many of us are living. I mean, how can one person like me be up here in the mountains with all this orgone and scalar and mountain energy and chi, in a beautiful home? My husband works very hard. I mean, and then there's other people that are resorting to stealing food. It is because of the different frequencies that everybody is at. And because you are someone that's resorting to stealing food, it doesn't mean that it's bad. We shouldn't look at any of you people as bad. It's just where you are at. You're still at that level where there's things you have to experience. We've already done it. We've already experienced it, and it is not up to us to help you skip a step in your awakening, because it does not serve you on your path if you all of a sudden suddenly just skip a whole bunch of learning. And so we have to, that's where the ascended masters come in, you know, where they looked at us and they just understood, you know, they didn't give their lives, Jesus did, but that, you know, that is still debatable, isn't it, guys? I mean, it's still debatable. We know that he went on and married and had children. He had a bloodline of his own. So the ascended masters, you know, they came here to shine their vibration on us and to help us, and they looked at us and they understood what we were going through. They didn't want to stop us from our journey because they knew that it would, in the end, it wouldn't help us. No shortcut helps. It's like when I used to train horses. Everybody wanted the shortcut. Here, I want this horse ready for the show circuit in 3 months. And no, you know, because that horse eventually just breaks down because he didn't have a strong enough foundation. And so that's where humanity is at. They have to go through that, and they have to get that strong foundation. And so, you know, the different layers, Marina Jacobi, the different layers. So many of us are experiencing different things. And that's why if somebody says something that doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that you're just not ready for that you and you have learning to do yet. And that's not a bad thing, you guys. I mean, oh my gosh, my journey has been fantastic. And, you know, I keep telling you that I write books, and I mean, my journey, I put my journey in these books. And, you know, I got the third one to this, and it's just been amazing. And it's still today. I mean, just, you know, getting the information that somebody else confirms, it just tells me where I am on my path, and that I am, you know, on that frequency, that path, that different higher path, I guess. I don't want to make myself sound like I'm better than anybody. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to help everybody understand that there's different levels, and not everybody's going to understand everything. I mean, I am a vegan. A lot of people don't understand that at all. Guess what, you guys? You will get there. You will get there, because there was a point in time in my life when I was just like, yeah, right, you know, there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to stop that. And, you know, it wasn't, and I still, every once in a while, I'll have an egg, everyone, and I'm not perfect, you guys, and I'm not going to say I am. It's not like, don't go out with your hidden camera and see if you're going to find me at McDonald's or something. Like, you will not find me in any of those. I'm sorry, I gave those up 10 years ago. I will not go and eat meat that's questionable. No. So my husband has to have his organic chicken once in a while, and once in a while I'll have a little piece. But for the most part, yes, vegan. Vegan, don't kill me for saying that, you know, once in a while I do this, but it'll change as the energies come in. It'll change more and more. And I think the younger people, I'm sorry, you younger people who came in and as a young child decided, oh, I don't want to eat that. I don't want to eat that. Oh, mom, don't make me eat that meat. Don't make me eat. I don't want that milk. Ooh, it tastes terrible. That's because you young, very, very young people came in already at a different vibration than I'm almost 60. The work that I've been doing, the work that the indigos have been doing, laid the foundation, raised the vibration, so you younger people could come in already with that vibration intact, except for the ones that were dumbed down and stopped by the vaccines, who were unlucky enough to have parents that weren't understanding the ramifications of vaccinating these crystal and rainbow children. My grandchildren, my two grandchildren, they eat fruit all day long. Their father still was the one that would bring all the crap home. And it's very easy to program these children to eating the crap if they don't really know. Well, I don't know if I want to eat. Here, give it, try it. You're going to like it. It's really good. Try it. Because they're listening to dad. Dad says it's good. He's not really telling them it's in it. So you get my segue here. So it's a lot easier for you younger generations, because you've already come in at a lower vibration. Excuse me. You've already come in at a higher vibration. Remember, there's many layers of different frequencies. So you guys already came in ahead of us, where we've had to work extra hard into transforming this body. I mean, I was born in 1961. That's when Tang came out, and that's when, you know, you went to McDonald's for a burger for 39 cents, and you know, we didn't know any of this stuff, and so we had to fight through this, and we had to work hard to raise our vibration, and we're still working on that, and it's going to get easier for us. It's going to be less work for like you young people. It's a lot easier. And so you young people who are out there really giving the older people a hard time, you have to remember this point, okay? Us indigos, us system busting indigos have laid the foundation so you could come into this world in the first place. And yay, we're so happy that you picked up this role and are going and, working to teach people about veganism and all of that stuff. We're happy that you're doing that, but please be a little bit more mindful when you look at the older people. Yes, there will always be people young and older, the young ones that have been vaccinated and who chose to go the other way. There will always be those who still, no matter what, say no. But that's their right. That's their free will. And they have to take the journey like everybody else. We will get to a point where we won't have to deal with that anymore. That split is coming. It will just, the rest of us will be in the new Gaia and we'll be like, what? We used to eat, I used to eat you. Oh my gosh, how awful, how horrible was I? And, and the third book to this series, the Dragon Horse series, it is all about that. Your horse today could be a person that you will be talking to tomorrow. And just because they're in a horse meat suit today or a dog meat suit today doesn't mean they're going to be in that same meat suit in the next dimension. They're going to come up to you and they're going to go, remember me? And you're going to go, oh my gosh, how did I treat you? Was I terrible? I was terrible to you, wasn't I? And even if you were, but you learned from it and you grew, and the next animal that came along that was in your life and you were better, that's all they ask for. That's all they want. Remember, these sentient beings that are not in human suits, they're in a completely different ball game than us. They are like ascended master Furbies. They are. I'm sorry, guys. They still are. They do not have the separation between them and source. They know the connection. Everything they do is from the heart. Yes, sometimes we can really do bad, horrible things to them, and they will react, and it's self-preservation, right? I mean, we all the physical bodies have this self-preservation mode. And so the 5D is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be like the 6th dimension. The 6th dimension is really going to be different. And I was also told that once we got out of this heavy, thick frozen molasses mire of the 3rd dimension, our journey from the 5th to the 6th to the 7th will be so much easier because we've gotten through that really tough, hard spot. So going into the 5th, there will be those like you and I, like I said, who are already pretty much in the 5th. Once the rest of this happens and there's that split, there will be those in the 5th dimension that will be at the bottom. They will have just made it in by the skin of their teeth. I mean, they'll be smoking. They'll be smoking. We'll have to have fire extinguishers on it. It'll be that close, you guys. And so there'll be things that they will still look up to us for. There will be things that they need to learn. We will still be teachers and way showers, but there will not be that matrix, that programming, that resistance like there is today. They will welcome it. They will be ready. They've made that journey. So yeah, there's going to be many different layers of the 5th dimension. Not everybody's going to be in the 5th dimension and thinking and acting all the same. No, it won't be that way. How boring. How boring would that be? I mean, what would we do? We'd all sit around and read the same book and watch the same movie and speak the same words? No, come on, you guys. No. That's that 3D thinking. So yeah, we will still be needed. And those, you know, who choose, hey, I've had enough of this. I've done it for so long. I'm just going to go home, you know, go to your different planet. Those in the higher fifth dimension, into the sixth dimension, they will have the opportunity to go. There's so much more I want to tell you guys about this. I mean, what I've been seeing and what they've been showing me, how things are going to be, and what it's going to be like. So I'm going to do more videos on this. The second video, I'll start on what I was given, and basically it was in the future, and it was closer to the sixth dimension, because I think a lot of the fifth dimension is going to be a lot like what we are experiencing now, but without the programming, without the restraints, the dumbing down, the dark agenda always, you know, the targeting. And we will be open to who we truly are and what we really came here to do. So once all that's gone, when the veil is lifted, you know, everybody says, well, what am I going to do in the fifth dimension? I don't know. What am I going to do? You know, guess what? You will automatically know. You will hit and you'll go, holy cow. It'll be like the big light bulb. It's always been there, but it will be like the green light. The light bulb turned green instead of red or yellow. Caution, caution. Oh my gosh, don't do that. Don't go out there. Oh, that's scary. Oh. None of that will be there. It'll be bright green light going, yes, go, green for gold. You will know exactly what it is you are to do. You will have the knowledge. You will get the help. Everything will fall into place for you. You'll just know. It'll be there. That knowing will be there. And yes, many of us, the ones that came in by the skin of their teeth and smoking, they will probably take some time off to catch up a little bit. A lot of them will have to go through healing. Yeah, the med beds. I mean, we know Trump's been making med beds. And so a lot of us will help them get to the point where, okay, they'll want to take some time off. And then they'll find out that, oh my God, I don't have to work my ass off my whole life for nothing to gain a little bit and have it taken away. You mean actually I'm going to be rewarded for what I want to do? And nobody's going to stand in my way for doing what I've always dreamed of doing? So after a little break for some of these people, they will realize it's like one of the dogs I brought home. He came from it was like one step up from a puppy mill, but the state was watching her very, very closely. She was raising small breed dogs, poodles and chihuahuas and Boston Terriers, the little breeds. But I was sad because, you know, up here in Colorado, our you know, it can get chilly, and these little dogs, you know, are out in barns and stuff. And we went to her, and I got a male poodle because she used to have a petting zoo, and she had all these outdoor cages, and she had all her dogs during the day in these outdoor cages. And way down the path, I could see this dog, this bouncing, all these other big cages full of dogs. Nobody was bouncing, but this dog, and it was Frodo. You've seen Frodo in my videos, my apricot poodle. He was just me, pick me, I'm the one. So we picked him, but he was already 18 months old. And so when we brought him home, living in a different, higher vibration of a real family and being treated with love and affection and having a couch to sit on, it took him a long time to realize that he could actually do that he had the free will to do that. He could come jump up on the couch and he could sit by us. So a lot of these people entering into the fifth dimension that will be, you know, their hair will be singed. They'll kind of go through that period. So yeah, it's going to be interesting for all of us. Each of us will be, you know, that different frequency, and we're all experiencing something different. And, you know, just because what I'm saying doesn't resonate with you doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that there's lessons yet for you to go through first. And hey, embrace that, guys, because you have to experience that. And if somebody said, you know, brought you from here A to B and said, oh, look at all these really cool aha moments and experiences and the excitement of you learning on your own and getting your own information and intuitively figuring something out for yourself. Look at all these that you missed. You missed all of this. You'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. And so I love the journey, you guys. It's the journey. I love the journey. I love the aha moments. I'm still getting them. And every day I look forward to the next aha moment. So I know it's been a while, but, you know, I had to, you know, not worry. My channel isn't that big. I had to worry more about myself right now and do my work and really connect as an earth keeper with Gaia, with Sister Sun, and do my work every day to bring in this energy to assist Gaia, because guess what? She is her third dimension. Okay, I'm going to tell you this now because I might forget in the next video. The fifth dimension herself is going to change, is changing like we are. Her thought process is changing like we are. Right now, you know, we see the earth changes going on, and a lot of what she's doing is holding back because she feels like she's responsible for us. She feels like she's responsible for all of us. And she feels like it's her fault that all of this is happening to us. And so she doesn't feel worthy, and she has the same, what is the word? What is the word? You know how we think, I can't do that. I'm not good enough, or you know, that'll never help him. You know, third dimension, her is acting like a third dimension planet. Fifth dimension, her thinking is going to be totally different. The landscape is going to be different. Okay, when you think of humanity, okay, we're going to be crystalline beings, and we're going to change, and we're all going to be like, we're going to be 30 years old again, and ooh, wow, how we're going to be young and strong. Don't you think that's going to happen to her too? Well, of course it is. It's going to happen to her too. Remember, right now we see the third dimension her. We're experiencing the third dimension weather patterns. Yes, there is infiltration and there is control. She's allowing that to happen because of where her mindset is at. It's that third dimension mindset. If she was already at her 12th dimension being right now in a third dimension, she wouldn't need any of us star seeds, right? It would be okay. It would be right. No. I think the fall was to help also, to help with the growth of people. You know, we heard that a lot of planets who went through the ascension, a lot of the ones that didn't make it, they didn't pass the grade, they came here by the skin of their teeth, smoking fire extinguisher. So she felt like she was really responsible for all these different beings that were incarnating here that needed to learn. And so she's like us. She was thinking with that third dimension mindset. And so once we get into the fifth dimension, her thinking is going to be completely different. she will transform. Her body will transform. It will not be the same as what we see. It's going to be more beautiful, you guys. And that's why it's so important to go out every day and tell her how beautiful she is. Tell the trees to grow hundreds and hundreds of feet like they used to be. We want the climate to change so we can grow year round. So we can just reach out the window and grab whatever it is we're eating then, piece of fruit, because then our bodies are going to be less dense, more luminous. We won't need the food like we need now. And so, yes, you guys, fifth dimension Gaia is going to be different than what you see now. Yes, there are ugly parts of her, and those are going to be transformed. The desert was not her original self. We won't see no more deserts. And so it's going to be it's really fascinating. It's interesting what she's been telling me and what we're going to experience. So I'll save that for the next video. So, all right, you guys, have fun. Really have fun. Do your art, do your music, whatever it is. Starseeds, Earthkeepers, know that it's going to happen. So, all right, we'll talk to you soon.